Hello, welcome to Rise for Nigeria channel. Subscribe if you're yet to, and visit again our blog site at risefornigeria.com for interesting articles, and feel free to share your feedback there as well. So today let's talk about something about Nigeria where I've heard people say this, that maybe as young people, or they say, well, you are being impatient with Nigeria, that Nigeria will not, that's change in a day, Rome was not built in a day, and just be patient, Nigeria will change. And it bothers me, and it because I see that that's not true. You don't see that trend of that, this is only a matter of time before Nigeria will change, and there are several reasons for this, but I want to talk about one in particular. I want to talk about Nigeria's debt profile. And you look at states like Lagos, and you look at the federal government itself, and just see how much they are borrowing. Trillions of naira. The debts are, the debt of both the country and the states are just rising and rising. It hasn't stopped. Nigeria keeps borrowing from China, signing all manners of agreements with China, and nothing is changing there. Keep borrowing and keep borrowing. But when people tell you that, don't you see they built this road? Don't you see that means that change is coming? But the question I will ask us, or that we should be asking ourselves, is when a country like Nigeria borrows all these trillions of naira, and you look at maybe the roads they built, or the rail that they came up with, whatever it is that they've done, ask yourself, do they line up? With the amount of money that was borrowed, is this all that you can do with it? Look at Lagos and say, well, don't you see, you come from the airport, don't you see all the roads there, they look good. But when you start going into the heart of Lagos, what do you see? With all the trillions of naira that they are borrowing, just ask yourself, with that amount, shouldn't our government be doing more than what they are giving us? Now, when I was a child, I have an older sister, and we would go to school. We were living in Lagos at the time, and we'll walk to school, and because she is older than I am, and my parents would give her the money for snacks. So what my older sister would do is she would take the money, and she will go buy something. Back then, maybe there was something called go-go then. It's like M&M's today. And she will go buy that. Maybe she was given 2 naira, but go-go at the time maybe it was 50 kobo, and she would buy it, and it's like, oh wow, I'm getting go-go, I'm happy. Until one day when her parents found out that she was taking the money and just buying something small, and giving it to me and my younger brother at the time, and they were not happy about it. But as a child, as a younger brother to her, I was happy because I was getting something. And we have to stop that. We shouldn't think like that child anymore. So don't say, well, I'm getting something. At least we're getting something. We're getting the road. The government is trying. It's not a matter of them trying or not. Are you getting the value? Are you getting what your money's worth? This money that they are borrowing it in your name, in the name of your children and your children's children. So are you getting your money's worth when they borrow all this money and they give you just a little bit? Should you be satisfied with that? So that's the question we should be asking ourselves. that yes, you are borrowing all this money. We are not seeing all that money being used. We are not seeing that, hey, if someone gives me 10,000 naira, I know what 10,000 naira should be able to buy. Why am I getting something that is only worth 1,000 naira? Don't we see that? We should start asking those questions. When you have government right now that they are able to take that money, they are borrowing this money, and we have legislators that are changing their car every 4 years. The government buys cars for them. I don't know. I mean, even in the United States, the government does not buy cars for those in Congress. They don't buy cars for them. But in Nigeria, will buy cars for them, and when they buy cars for them, in 4 years they auction it. So they allow them to buy the brand new cars that they bought 4 years ago, maybe like $20,000. I mean, I can't even think about what that is. A lot of millions of naira. And they will allow these people they will auction it. They will allow them to buy it cheaper. In 4 years, they take it home with them. They get another set of brand new cars. I want us to think about that. Is that so that's what we're spending our money on. And I mean, I was reading recently, the Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, went to Delta State. They're commissioning the rail, and he said, well, those that will use the train, they have to come with their own masks. Okay. But he also said they must come with their own hand sanitizer too. He said the government will not buy it for them. Government will not provide hand sanitizers for them, and their hand sanitizer must be 90. It must have 90% alcohol. I want us to think about that. Government is asking people, bring your own hand sanitizer. You must bring it. You must, for you to use the rail. And yet, this is the government that is able to buy cars for legislators every 4 years. Think about that, and they cannot provide hand sanitizer for the health of the citizens. They cannot afford that. They are asking citizens to buy it and bring it themselves. Bring your own mask. Maybe mask I even understand. Okay. But hand sanitizers, you cannot afford to buy hand sanitizer, put hand sanitizer stations in place. So we need to start asking ourselves, when they tell you that they are borrowing all this money, right? You should ask questions. You should say, what, don't tell me that in Nigeria is changing, we are seeing progress. Ask that again. If someone gives me 10,000, or if someone tells me that this thing is, someone gives me 10,000, that means that I should be able to buy something 10,000 naira worth, not 1,000. I mean, if someone says, hey, this thing, I want to give it to you, it's 10,000 naira, or I spent 10,000 on it. And you should ask yourself that this thing looks like it's only 1,000. I know it's 1,000. Ask that question. Where is the rest of the 9,000 naira? So Nigerians, we need to start asking those questions. If government tells you that they cannot afford hand sanitizer and everybody keeps quiet, no one even said anything about it, it's not even a question. No one is thinking about it. You expect it that, we bring your own hand sanitizer. It makes no sense. In a country where legislators are changing cars every 4 years, and not just legislators, by the way, the governors, the president, having all this fleet of cars. Ask. It doesn't make sense. If we continue like that, Nigeria will not progress. It's that simple. So we need to start asking those questions. Again, let's start thinking differently. When we start thinking differently, we'll start having a new Nigeria. So that's it for today. Again, share your comments as well at below. Just let us know what you think. Share this with your friends. Have this conversation, and let's start saying, how can we start holding government accountable? I think we can do better. We can start asking questions. Don't just assume that they are making progress. It's little by little. No, with all the money they are borrowing, it shouldn't be little by little. We should see it. Okay, so I'll see you next week. Talk to you next time, and have a good week.